Hey friends, it's Heather. I have another layout to share from My Creative Scrapbook, and I'm working with the June main kit. It is filled with the new Simple Stories collection, vintage botanicals, and I am prepping my background with some clear gesso from Prima, and I'm using my new favorite handy little spatula from Nuvo. It's got a rubber tip on it and super easy to clean. And it's a little forgiving, so you can just go back and forth while you're applying something, so I love it. So once that's dry, I'm going to go in with some sprays, and just briefly there you saw my cut file. It is one of the beautiful cut files offered this month, and there it is. And I know it looks a little strange right now, but the original cut file had the word hello in the middle of it, so I took out the parts of the cut file in Silhouette software that defined the letters, gave it the outlines, and then I used my scissors once it was done to cut the rest of it out. I am spraying it with a shimmer spray from Shimmers. It's a Vibes. It's called Snowstorm, and I just wanted to give it a little bit of sparkle and shine. So I didn't want the hello part of the cut file, so I modified it some, and to make it work for me. I knew my photo and embellishments would cover it. So when you're looking at cut files, any cut files, think about how you can change it up to make it work for you. You can modify it in terms of size, obviously, but it doesn't always have to be used the way that it was designed originally. You know, cut out parts of it, split it into two, whatever you think will look best for your layout. So I'm going in with some sprays now, and that first one was a Heidi Swapp Color Shine. Actually, both of those were. The first one was just called Pink, and the second one was called Coral. And then I also use a Shimmers Vibes, which is Pop Art Pink, which is my all-time favorite. It's a light pink, and it has some gold shimmer in it. And I'm not really doing this any rhyme or reason. I'm using the packaging technique and my paintbrush and a spray bottle because I know that the majority of it's going to be covered up by my cut file. So I just wanted that color to peek in through the open areas of the cut file. So just adding some sprays and splatters, and yeah, part of this is the fun for me, just adding color. And I know it is a little frustrating because a lot of it does get cut up or cover up, but I just like playing and adding the color. It's almost therapeutic. If you didn't add the gesso, then it would soak right in, and you can see in the center of there's a section that's kind of darker. Somehow I didn't get that section with the gesso, but it will be covered up. But the gesso allows the colors to move and blend easily without soaking right in. So I think it's definitely a must when you're working with mixed media. You don't have to use gesso, but most pattern papers are not able to accept that much water and liquid, and it might start to tear. There's just not a lot of flexibility in terms of time. So right now you're seeing me pull all those little tiny backings off of foam dots that I added to the butterflies. I didn't add it to the wings, just the center areas, and then I used some craft foam in the center there, which will get covered up. So it was a little time consuming to add them and then pull off the backings, but I really wanted them to pop up off of that background. So I matted my photo with a couple of the pattern papers, and then I used my edge distresser, which ends up getting covered because I decided to use this frame, but that's okay. So I'm adding my photo there. It's a photo of myself and my stepdaughter on Easter. And the frame doesn't exactly cover or frame the photo perfectly, but that doesn't really bother me. In the kit, if you watch my unboxing video, you see that there is a big package of those frames. There you see some of them right there. I'm just using that little tray to hold it down. I did add some additional adhesive on the back of that chipboard frame, even though it had stickiness on the back. yeah, I didn't trust it. So, so like I said, some of the papers I matted the photo with, it doesn't all fit within the frame, but that doesn't really bother me. So you could even use these as just layers under your photo if you wanted. Some of them I think are a little hard to use just because if they don't work with the direction of your photo, then you could cut it up, use it as a layer underneath, you know, whatever works for you. So obviously the theme of my page is butterfly, so I am pulling out most of the butterflies. I'm going to layer some on top of my cut file, and then scatter some about the page. I am popping some of them up on foam dots for more dimension, as if I didn't have enough already with backing the cut file with little pop dots in the chipboard frame. But I like the way that it looks. I like all the shadows that it creates. So I'm going through the 12 by 12 sticker sheets, because there's some stickers on there. There's also some sentiments that I add as well. Yeah, just, I know pulling those little backings off the pop dots is time consuming and a little tedious, but I think it's worth it. I like the way that it looks. There's also a few chipboard butterflies included in the 6 by 12 chipboard sheet that came in the kit, and some hearts, which are always a good detail to include. So I'm tucking the chipboard butterflies like underneath, and so they sort of peek out, because I didn't have enough butterflies before. And just spreading them in terms of color, just to get a, you know, spread the color out evenly, if that makes sense. So, and again, adding adhesive to the back of those chipboard butterflies too, because they don't always stick, especially if you're adding them to mixed media. They're not going to stick, just like chipboard alphas. They don't stay with just the stickiness that comes on them. So definitely add some glue adhesive, liquid adhesive. Those are the flowers that came in the die cut pack. A lot of really pretty ones. I like the combination of sizes that are included in this. I'm loving that more and more lines are including just die cut packs of flowers. Now this one wasn't just flowers, it had butterflies and some hearts in it, but I like just a package of flowers. And I also like that they were not just the typical flowers with maybe a leaf, like they have stems on them. Even though I just said that, I just cut the stems off, but I used a couple of others with stems in another layout. But I like the different size and just the different shape that they offered in this die cut. So I'm just layering some of them in around my photo, and I only stick adhesive on the center part, and then I like to fold the edges up. There I am just adding some more sticker hearts from the sticker sheet, and I'm going ahead and adding glue to the center parts of my butterfly. That's nothing new. Probably seen that quite a bit, but I like having the wings pop up. So I am going in with some pop dots on the wings as well, just so they don't get flattened when I put them away in an album or a page protector. So other than that, adding some just small sentiments from the sticker sheet, and I do go in at some point and add some Nuvo drops here shortly. And now I'm playing around with that title. I thought I might go with that as my title, but it was too big, and I felt like it didn't stand up or stand out enough over top of that frame. So I end up using a couple of the stickers as my title. There are a lot of really cute little strip sentiments at the bottom of the 12 by 12 sticker sheet, so I do add a couple of those, and that one right there I'm adding, I end up flipping those back and forth quite a bit, but I don't make you watch me do that the entire time. And And that ends up being my title, the word today, Choose Happy. I go back and forth as to layering that over my photo or up top there. And I'm changing that just because I was trying to distribute the color evenly. I was thinking too much when it came to that. Sometimes the final details are what most time consuming to me. So there, I'm just trying to find another place for it and end up leaving it up top just because I felt like that was the best way to go. So there I go again, switching it around. I'd love to know if I'm the only one. Do you guys end up switching around small details like this back and forth, back and forth? I can't believe that I'm the only one, but I'm interested to know. So I couldn't decide whether I wanted it down below the photo or if I wanted it up above. I felt like that butterfly was bare, if you can believe it, just because I added butterflies or details to all the other cut file butterflies. It'd be interesting to know by the time this layout is over how many times I said that word butterflies. So I go ahead and add some splatters with some dark shimmer spray and some Nuvo drops. And that is my finished layout. I really hope you enjoyed watching. And I'd love to know what you think. Please feel free to leave me a comment and hit the like button if you liked what you saw. And I will be back soon with another layout. Thanks so much for watching. Again, have a great day. Bye-bye.